Welcome, brothers, to yet another show here on the O'Shea Duke Jackson main channel. I hope you are enjoying your Sunday. And it's been a long time since I've done a particular interview or collaboration on the main channel. Typically, I do that on my O'Shea Vlogcast channel. But if there's one brother that I would definitely want to open this back up here on the channel, it's the brother that we're dealing with today. He is a legend over here in this part of Black YouTube. He is I call him the lone wolf because if you don't reach out to him, he ain't gonna reach out to you because he don't like all the foolishness. Okay, the brother puts in a lot of work by himself and he don't be dealing in no fuckery, man. But he's a good brother. He is a hard-working YouTuber, man, and he is definitely a voice for Black men, and he don't do nothing but kick the truth. That's the one, the only Jada Black. What's going on with you, man?
What's going on, everybody in the chat? Shout out to O'Shea, everybody in Negro Manosphere. What's going on?
Yeah, you need to let me borrow some of them subscribers you got, man, and some of them views, so I get some of them AdSense money, player.
I'm trying to get the O'Shea, man. You almost at the half century mark, man.
Man, it took me about 32 years to get over here, but nonetheless, man, you've been putting out some really good stuff. It seems like, like I said, Jada Black was one of those YouTubers that had to grow me. At first, I didn't like him, but as I started to really listen to him, I was like, man, this dude is really good, man. And Jada Black just keeps getting better. He's like LeBron, like, nigga, you like 49, but you're still doing like 40 a game. Like, what's going on? So Jada Black just keeps coming with the content, man. And it's just amazing how he can put out so much of it like he does. But this is the thing that I want to talk about today, Jada Black. You made a really, really good show about colorism and why dark-skinned girls can't get a successful man. Is that right?
Yeah, because there's been a lot of complaining on social media about how when a Black man's successful, he doesn't look in a dark-skinned female's direction. And I just think that is excuses, because you have those women who they can't get a successful man because they don't have qualities, so they hide behind colorism. That's why you got so many women complaining, because they hide behind colorism when they really should just get do better and actually prepare and want to be in a relationship, instead of just complaining their way into a relationship and shaming their way into a relationship.
Let me start this off by kind of get into your video. And guys, for those people who want to subscribe to Jada Black, he has a new live stream channel. Go into the description and subscribe there. In this video that you did, and I'll link the video here for those of you who want to see it pretty soon. The video has over 6,700 views on your main channel. Mm-hmm. And there was a comment. I won't mention the lady's name, but I'll read it. Mm-hmm. And this was one of the first things that she had to say. If you strictly try to date Black successful men, colorism will always be a problem. A lot of Black men see non-Black women as a representation of how far they've made it. It's like a rite of passage for them. Black women, especially dark-skinned Black women, need to start treating Black men the same way Black men treat them. Stop holding men that don't care about you in such high regard and see how much better you will feel. Okay, let's talk about this Black successful men in colorism. Now, I know obviously you talked about the Michael B. Jordan situation. Yeah. And, there are some athletes that deal with, non-Black women or lighter women. Does she make a point that Black successful men see non-Black women as a representation of how far they've made it?
Absolutely not. I think that you have a lot of, I've seen Black men, even in my own city, who are successful. They're with Black women. A lot of times they're with dark-skinned Black women because they have dark-skinned children. Okay. So I just think that you have a lot of Black men who are smart, and if they're with a woman, no matter what her skin tone is, they feel like she's going to be a good wife and a mother, they're going to marry her, and you do have dark-skinned women who fall into a stereotype. Not all, but we've all grown up and we've seen dark-skinned women act in stereotypical ways. Even light-skinned women act in stereotypical ways. I just think that you have so many women chasing the same type of men, and they tend to only look at what the person have instead of who they are. And when they do get with certain guys, those guys really aren't there for the long haul. They're just there just to smash and dash, and they get hurt by that. And so what they're in their minds, they're saying, okay, he doesn't want me, he just wants to have sex with me, you know? And but they don't really know what a decent, good relationship is because they've never seen it. They never seen their mother in a good, decent relationship, didn't have a father figure there. So they're going by everybody else's standards for what a relationship is, instead of them just, really just going out there and exploring and then figuring out for themselves, even seeking out help from people who are actually in marriages, because they get, relationship advice from their single friends. They need to stop doing that and understand that a guy's gonna choose you if he likes you. Now I will say there are black men out there who they like their light-skinned women.
Okay.
They like their white women. But that's why you need to stop trying to get with those guys. And you have a lot of those women, man, they want the guys with the white women, they want the guys with the light-skinned women. They see it as competition. They want to compete with these women instead of them getting with the men who actually like them for, who they are, or they may just like dark-skinned women. They are out there.
Let me talk to you about these. You made a statement about there are some stereotypical ways that a lot of dark-skinned black women have. Can you talk about these stereotypical ways, and do you think that has an effect on why some black men could be turned off from wanting to, like, are black men associating dark-skinned women with certain behaviors that they may have in comparison to light-skinned women?
Yeah, because like you see it with guys who, let's say black athletes, you see it with them when they leave from home or from their neighborhoods, they go off to college, they get around feminine women of other races or biracial women, but back in their city, in their neighborhoods, they're used to being around, some stereotypical dark-skinned women who are loud, boisterous, masculine. And they don't want that when they get into a relationship. And if they have the finances and resources to get something different, the opposite, their mother may have been stereotypical. So they try to date the opposite of their mother. Oh, sorry about that. Drop this water bottle. So they try to date the opposite of that. And you see that a lot, And it's not because they have a hatred, it's because they want to date the opposite of what they grew up around, what their mother probably was, And I see a lot of that. Like you got these chicks mad at Michael B. Jordan. Maybe he wants the opposite of what he grew up around. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not. He's not even in a relationship with a white woman, but they see that light skin and they think that it's an indictment on them. But what it could be is that maybe he just like being around women that were the opposite of what he grew up around. People like options, man. Men like options, just like women do.
I was listening to your podcast that you did, and you make some strong points. Now, I want to talk about this particular statement or comment that you made. You talk about black women who are upset with Michael B. Jordan for just simply taking pictures with non-black women. And of course, there were some black women who responded to the fact that we never see you taking pictures with black women. We never see you around black female circles or anything like that. But yet on the flip side, you have discussed the fact that a lot of dark-skinned women prefer light-skinned men, but nobody says anything about that. Now, this is a very good point, a very unique perspective. Can you talk a little bit about the flip side of black women loving dark-skinned women or sometimes non-black men?
I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, I was attending this local community college, and there was this light-skinned guy from New York. He had just moved here, and he started going to school there. And me and him, we came cool. We talked, and he told me that a lot of the black girls that he talked to down here told him they wouldn't date him because he was light-skinned. Okay. Now, shortly after that, I noticed that he started talking to one dark-skinned girl who was in a class with us. And there was other black women who started to draw themselves to him. Like one time he was coming out of a class, this black girl, he didn't even know this girl. She literally saw him in the hallway, went in the room, dropped her stuff off, and came right back outside to talk to him. And I say, dude, I thought you said black chicks didn't like you, bro. But these darker skinned chicks were attracted to his light skin. I even seen a chick one time, we were sitting up here in class. She's looking up at, how those college classrooms are, where you go up those steps and you got those, those desks, those tables, and you walk up. And I'm literally sitting up and me and him are sitting up, and the girl is at the bottom. She's sitting up staring at this guy, trying to get his attention. I'm like, wow, bro, I think you lying to me when you say black chicks ain't into you, bro. You can't convince me otherwise, man. You getting all types of attention, man. And it's like they like him because he was light skinned with light eyes. And I think you do have dark skinned women who are attracted to that, but they won't. Some of them will be honest, but a lot of them won't. A lot of them won't because they don't want to be perceived as a colorist, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They reserve that for only black men.
Mm-hmm. Let me talk to you about another statement. I want to get into some of the comments that you made here. Let me do this real quick, guys. While you're here in the chat, I see 126 people watching right now. Do me a favor and like the video if you would be so nice to do so. Okay, this is a great content, great stream today. So do me a favor. My brother Jaye the Black is here. Thank you, Ricky E245, for the $20 super chat. And you know, I always break my boy off for coming through here. So you guys support the show by liking the video, going to the description and subscribe to his newest live stream channel, Jaye the Black live streams. And do that also, brothers. And thank you for the support. Thank you again, Ricky 245 for the super chat. Let me talk to you about this. You also talk about these same African American women are black women who say, and I've heard African women also say this. You know, black men they don't like dark skinned women, and so these same dark skinned women are out wearing, some of them, blonde weave, makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Going so far as to lighten their skin, trying to become pretender white women, in so many words. Mm-hmm. But then these are the same people crying colorism. Let's talk about these trying to become white women, but yet, you know, they will say like, you know, white women are copying them, but they have the blonde weaves, stuff like that, trying to impersonate white features. What do you have to say about women like this?
Oh man, well, I'll start. Just look at the majority. I'll give you an example. Just look at the majority of black women you see on reality TV. I mean, look at Nene Leakes. I mean, she looks like the epitome of trying to look white, with the blonde hair, the light skin, cutting up your nose. You got a lot of these women do this, but then they will say white women are trying to be like them. No, I think white women see what works and they implement it, but they're not going as far as to darkening their skin or to try to inflate their lips. Now, you got some that do it, but they don't do it a lot. Now, you do have white girls who get the butt implants, but I'm seeing more and more natural, big butt white girl every day. You know, I'm seeing more and more of these sisters going to get those Brazilian butt lifts or, you know, silicone implants, you know. And I just feel like you have a lot of these sisters, they have low self-esteem. And the more attention they get, the worse their self-esteem actually gets, because they end up, the more followers they get on social media, they feel like they got to compete for attention. So they go and they lighten their skin. They wear these ridiculous blonde weaves and they try to do these little poses, try to look like white girls. And I'm saying to myself, but you will be the first one to talk about how black men like lighter skinned women. But why are you lightening your skin? Why are you trying to compete with these white women? Why every time a light skin dude come in the room, you all in his face? Like, we've all seen that, you know, and when we see that, even black, you have even some of these black women as well. They see that if you can't beat them, join them. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to be just like white women because they believe in their mind they can't compete. And they get mad at us, you know, because of their own insecurities. They're insecure within themselves. Mm-hmm. So what they do is they try to deflect and what do you call it? Yeah, try to project onto us their own insecurities when they're the ones out here literally trying to look European. And it fails, you know.
Let me do this real quick. I want to give a shout out to Ill Wills. He writes, two of my favorite brothers streaming together. Salute your efforts, and O'Shea and Jay. Thank you. $10 for super chat. Shout out to Ill Wills and K Love. Shout out to my brother K Love, $5 super chat. Now, brothers, don't let my moderators be the only one in here donating now, okay? Because the moderators do a lot of work on the channel. They moderate and they're taking their money out to support the stream. Don't let them be the only ones. At least put an empty ramen noodle packet in the super chat. If you can't do that, I'm tired of my moderators being the only ones super chatting this thing without getting like, oh, good video, good Negro. You better put at least leave a ham sandwich Okay, something in the door. At least put a thank you down there. Something, nigga. Don't. Okay, Jesus paid it all now. Like the video. Okay, let me do this real quick. Yeah, because these niggas are something else, man. They will be like, great video. And there's the same people donating all the damn time. But let me talk to you about this, brother. You also make another good point because I got it written down on my iPhone. I bet you know I can write, did you? Yeah, I can read and write, but let me find the shit. Shout out to Brother Brian Stone. I want to talk about this. Is funny, man. A dude on your channel, right? This lady said I'm a dark skinned man, and or I'm a dark skinned woman. Shout out to the brother that just donated, Brother Brian Stone. I think it's what his name was. Two British pounds. He says, the lady says, I've been liking black men all my life, and they don't want to date me. And this dude, man, this was hilarious. He said, girl, I've been trying to date you. You rejected me like 19 times. It was hilarious. I don't know if he really knew her, but let's talk about that, man. And I think you remember my brothers, Randy Sargent and Bobby Guns. These dark-skinned women act like they do not get approached.
Yeah.
Like brothers ain't trying to holler at them.
That's ridiculous. Let's
talk about that, brother.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. I've seen black chicks get approached. Black chicks aren't approachable. I've seen it, man. They don't want to be approached by nobody who they don't like. And they're not attracted to. And I wish they would stop saying that shit. But what's funny is that they'll talk about how black dudes don't approach them, but they'll be quick to talk about how white men approach them. And I just find that to be very odd that they would say things like that, but they do. But black men are approaching. You got come on, Oshay. Now, you know that there are brothers out there who are thirsty as hell. Okay, they will approach you no matter if it's raining, no matter if it's snowing, no matter if it's 105-degree weather outside. He's going to approach you. So we all know that that's bullshit. You know, you got a lot of these chicks, man. They make it all these excuses because they've been single for so long. So they make all these excuses. That's what that seems like to me.
Let me shout out to Brother Ornell Waters. Hello, shit. My crazy check came late. I'm back donating again. You always support my brother, Sweet James. I always seeing you here supporting too, brother. Shout out to Randy Sargent, always supporting. I got 500 Bobby Guns again. Y'all like the videos now, brother. Don't make me cuss y'all Negroes out. Like the video because it's free. It's free, like the video, and it's free to go ahead and subscribe.
You know. I'm gonna say something real quick. Like I be saying that, like I be having like 50 people watching, then it'd be like 15 likes. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, come on, man. Like, are you just watching, or you just watching to see who coming in the chat so you can, be like, oh, I don't like this person, I don't like that person. Are you coming to hate or you coming to love? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, man. You niggas like that, man. Jesus paid it all on the cross, man. So you got to go ahead and like the video. Okay. Let me talk this real quick. Okay, because again, we all know that a lot of our women. Now, let me preface this by saying there are some good black women out there. I'm not gonna sit here and we're not gonna act like we know these women ain't. There are not some decent women. We do have some decent women out there. It just so happens that sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, depending on where you live, to find somebody you're compatible with. Let me put it like that. But let's talk about being approachable. I really do think that there is a difference between lighter skinned women approaching them and maybe darker or black women approaching them. Is there a difference that those women who end up being like mulatto or sometimes non-black, are they a little easier for black men to approach or deal with?
I didn't think so until maybe recently. Because I would tell you this, whenever I've seen a real lighter skin or biracial female, she always looked and would smile or would never be frowned or be upset that you would approach her. I have noticed that. And I think that we as men, we read body language. Some of us read it better than others. We know when the female doesn't want us around. We know when the female is more welcoming to us. And you do have lighter skinned women or biracial women who are more welcoming to getting attention from us. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they're not approached a lot. Maybe guys are intimidated. But yeah, I have noticed that.
Let me also ask you this, because there was a video of some darker skinned women, and I saw some comments on another woman who was talking about Michael B. Jordan go where you're wanted and all this other thing. There's a video of like black women in France laying up with white men, and the whole colorism theory for those who push it are black women are not promoted enough. Dark-skinned black women are not promoted enough, and this is the reason why we're not desired. So if we are promoted with white men, that's a great look for us. If we're promoted with, since black men don't want to promote us, what is the real reason that a lot of men, including non-black men, are not so receptive to black women? Because the numbers point this out. What is the reason why some of the darker skinned or black women in general, why do they have a hard time interracially dating or keeping black men loyal? Because black men are marrying more interracially. You are seeing more black men go to different places or marrying other types of black women of other, whether it be like in Brazil or in certain places in Latin America. What is it about them that all men are realizing about most black women in America that they don't like?
Well, the insecurities, the constant worrying about what you being with a white man, but you still worrying about who a black man is dating. You don't think they notice that? No, you sitting on social media arguing with people about who this black man is dating. You don't think that non-black man is gonna notice that? Like, come on, man, he's gonna notice that. And I think the insecurity levels are very high, and men don't want insecure women. Of no matter what race he is, no man wants an insecure woman he has to worry about when it comes to being in relationships. And that's what they don't understand. They're quick to talk about their skin tone. No, it's your insecurities. You're insecure about your skin tone. That's why you're lightening your skin, and they just the more it just that I don't know if it's a mental instability or you just end up when it comes to relationships, but nobody wants an insecure woman, man.
Hold on a second. Let me roll somebody in chat. Hey, Kamar Sterling.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Kamar. Young lady, Kamar, come here. Everybody stop the show and look at this nigga. Come here, little girl. Come here.
That's a female?
No. I'm gonna treat him like one. Come here.
Okay.
Come here, girl. Come here, girl. Let me tell you something. Why the fuck, if this is beating the dead horse like a little biatch, you are in the chat crying and moaning and all of the shit? Why you here, nigga? I mean, if you don't really like what's going on, why are you over here crying like a little poop butt?
Facts.
Let me read his comments like the little bitch he is. Hold on a second. Do you mind, Jada Black? I'm sorry. I mean, I know you.
Go ahead, man. Do you, man?
I'll be a nigga real quick. I'm gonna get back to the interview. Isn't this kind of pointless? Beating the same horse. Get your dusty ass out of here, nigga. Where you at? So you either at least at 8:25 in the morning in California, or it's between at least 8 and 11 in the morning. You already bitching. Woke up in the morning like a little bitch.
Probably
let me go to see who I can be a bitch to today. I'm gonna go complain about them YouTubers' content. This is what we talking about. Insecure women. Kamar, get your fuck up out of here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jada Black. I just get him real quick. This nigga, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
He probably ain't even like the stream, but
go ass nigga. Shut your motherfucking ass up, nigga. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry. They're making me be a nigga.
Yeah, man. But you have like, with as far as dark skinned women, man, I just think it's in their head. I've even heard dark skinned women say that white men appreciate their dark skin. So it's like, well, you say people don't want you because of your dark skin, and then you say they appreciate your dark skin, or they're fetishizing your dark skin. I've even heard women say it's okay to be fetishized. I've even heard women literally say this. And it
whoa. They said what? Explain that. It's okay to be fetishized? Talk about that.
Yeah, the person, the same females who push the swirling bullshit, they're literally saying it's okay to be fetishized. It's better than not being, wanted. And it's like, you want to date white by any means necessary. And then when you get hurt, here you go running back to black men talking about, let's build a community. It's like, now they want to build a community when they're 40 with gray hairs and, they busted and the interracial dating years are over. these same type of females do this, and I just think that whenever you have people who mentally aren't all there, they will look for any excuse as to why something doesn't work.
Let me do this real quick. And any of you Negroes out here, man, that's coming trying to fuck the stream up, I'm gonna roast you and then I'm gonna boot you at the same time because I'm in the right mood for the shit. I'm really with the shit today. Shout out to my brother Sherwin Love, Mr. Grandeur. I love dark skinned women rub baby oil on their booty. They just don't like dark dudes like me. That's why I always end up with red women. Young J216. Shout out to JDB and the Duke. Shout out to my brother, man. He's 6'7", won the hook shot contest on the NegroManosphere.com. And he's saying either way, yeah, he's good. Hook shots. Like Kareem. Let me kind of get to this thing real quick. A lot of brothers are saying that they do like dark-skinned women, but let's talk about this. For those black men who have more options, like black men who are upwardly mobile, able to travel, able to achieve, collegiate success, and their door opens up for them. Why are some of these black men, in your opinion, why do you think that they've seen the variety that they do choose to deal with, a mulatto woman, that they do choose to deal with a non-black woman? Now, keep in mind, a lot of these black men, if they're not exceptionally good looking, probably have been turned down in their own communities, and now they're looking at something that got something a little different.
Yeah.
Why do you think these black men are choosing this other type of women? What are the qualities these black men are looking for?
Oh man, it's probably, to them, it's like night and day. To them, it's like night and day, because you have black women who feel entitled to black men. They don't really want to put the work in, but you do have lighter skin or biracial women or non-black women who come from a father being in the home, so they understand a wife being submissive to a man. They've seen their mother be submissive, so when they get with a man, especially a black man, they actually do want to impress him. They actually do want to be able to take care of the household, raise the kids.
I'm sorry, brother. Can you say that one more time? Because I felt the Holy Ghost coming on. I almost start speaking in tongues, but just can you say that one more time, brother?
What I was saying is, it's like night and day. You have these biracial or non-black women who come from a two-parent home with a father in the home, and they see their mother be submissive to their father, and they grow up with that. So they understand what a man wants in a woman. They understand what a woman has to do to keep a man. They understand what a woman has to do to keep a man. And because of that, when they get with, especially a black man, they're going to be trying to impress them. And you have black women who don't seek to impress black men at all. They really don't. They feel entitled. They're kind of late. They're lazy daters. But these non-black women, because of their background and the families that they came from, they know how to be submissive. They know what's going to keep a man and know what's going to get a man to marry them. They need to write books. Maybe some of these black women will listen, but we can only hope.
Bro, this is why Jaye the Black is one of the all-time greats. Let me just, talk about this. I lived, as you guys know, in the United States up until September 15th, 2015, because on that day, my mama and my grandma dropped me off at the Oakland airport. Like, I think that was the happiest day of their life and shit, when they dropped me off at the airport. And they was going back down towards 80 East to Sacramento. They was like, look, all right. So look, when they dropped me off on that airport, I had never really witnessed what was femininity in my personal life. I would always see other groups of men that I noticed that something was going on. Like, okay, you know how when you see something else in, like, damn, that shit look like that's normal. I wish my shit was like that.
Yeah.
But then I seen them with Arab dudes, I seen them with Mexican dudes, white women and white dudes, they always had a dynamic in their relationships that I never really had. So when I came to, and also I'm an African American, so just like you, I tend to stay around my own people. and I never really liked venturing out so much. I mean, even when I went to Howard University for a minute, I was still mostly around African American, people. But when I went to Poland, it was the first time, September 16th, when I arrived. It was the first time that I ever felt femininity in women. I'd never seen it before.
Right.
I never, ever seen it. I mean, I've seen it in like older black women, stuff like that, but women in my age group or cohort, I never, ever witnessed it. And when I came to this city, just in the restaurants, the way these women treat you, just the glow, just the personality, Bro, it's been hard not to even date them, but I see African dudes here. None of them are with African women. Zero.
Wow.
I've met thousands of dudes in Poland, man. I've never seen a dude in Poland that's here with his black wife. It might exist. I've never seen it. And I said that to say this: once a black man gets around women who are actually like normal and women who actually have respect for men, you don't want to go back to, as you call Blackistan. You know what I'm saying? And I will even say this, Jay. I've been to Africa. Now, African women got their fuckery too, but it's still different. The femininity level is still much more apparent, although it's still not as good as this here. But it's still much different than what you get in America. You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you think that do you think that personality wise, I mean, with looks on the same side, do you think that the most, for successful men, most black women can they compete personality wise with non-black women?
Personality wise, I honestly though, I don't think so, because a lot of the reason why these white women out here, they're getting shows, is because they adapt. They're willing to be adventurous, and because of their backgrounds and their families and their friends, they're willing to be accepting, and they're willing to listen. The art of listening doesn't compute in a lot of women these days, certain women, but I think a lot of these women don't listen. They rather just go off emotion. And with black women, they go off emotion a lot. But white women or non-black women, they don't. They tend to listen, and I think that helps. And when these women are as submissive as they are, it gives. I think it just shows black men they don't have to just stay around black women. They can go around other women and feel masculine, because you have black women out here who like to emasculate men. We know this, but to be around a woman who respects you as a man, I think that does wonders for you. And that's why you see, like you said, those African guys drawn to the white women in Europe, because they feel like they can be men around them.
You make a good point. Let me address a comment of somebody. This dude, I won't even say your name. You shouldn't do shows like this attacking black women. This is beneath you, dude. Leave that stuff for something. See, this is when you have poor comprehension skills on Negroes on the internet.
That's true.
You see, if he would be listening to the show, which we know that some of y'all don't, but again, comprehension is key in America. This is important, because if you would have listened, then you would have known that we are not talking about all of us. But when you are simping like this brother, okay, when you are still got your panties in a bunch and nobody is attacking anybody, so we got a lot of black male feminists out here. We really do. Let's talk about these simps out here, Jada Black, that obviously are looking for any reason to be bitch ass niggas. Let's talk about these guys. Did you read that comment, Jay? Did you see him?
No, what?
Let me make your profile a moderator so you can see how he's comment real quick. You have to read this shit. He's the only Negro. I mean, this is why some of y'all need to go back and read. Reading is fundamental. I'm Jada Black, comment, please comment. I want you to see what the nigga said.
I'm looking for.
No. Just comment your name, and I'm gonna make you a moderator so you can go back and see how dumb this nigga was. Please, you gotta see it. He's dumb.
I'm right there in the chat.
Okay. That's the epitome. I gotta stop the show for that shit. Why do some of y'all, as black men, when we are talking about the issues that affect black men, why do you brothers not take the position of that black men go through this? These are the things that black men have experienced, but automatically you want to take the side of, oh, well, you are bashing somebody. Mm-hmm. See, do you understand that some of you black men do not need to be around other brothers? Some of y'all are bad for the community. Some of y'all need to put your heels on and get out there and just go for feminism. Some of y'all brothers, man, are it's disrespectful. I don't even want you as a subscriber. If you think like to unsubscribe from my motherfucking channel, because some of you niggas I do not want watching my videos. And that brother right there, you better not never comment on none of my videos. I'm gonna block your ass. Get your ass up out of here. I'm sorry, brother Jay. Go ahead, brother.
He needs to grab his purse and remove himself from the chat, because obviously, you know, you could tell when people grew up around women way too much, and that's what you have. We need to segregate ourselves from these beta males, these Captain Save-A-Holes, you know, these saviors of black matriarchy, these lames, these couch potatoes, you know, these guys who use up their mama Wi-Fi and eat up the groceries. We really need to separate ourselves from these type of people, and they're the ones, the main ones. You know what's funny? It's always somebody who want to defend women because they living off a woman. That's why they defending them, because they got to live off of them, and because they live off of them, they got to sit up there and co-sign them and back them up. And I just feel like that's the divide. You got men who don't need a woman, you got the men who do, and the men who do, or you will see them on YouTube playing Captain Save-A-Hole and Savior to some of these dysfunctional females. And we do need to talk about how dysfunctional they are, whether it hurts your feelings or not. If you're hurt, then don't comment, don't watch.
Let me read the comment by brother Randolph. Tell me I'm wrong. The woman wants the mate man, but if I've gone through all the bullshit to build my wealth, why the F should I treat the women as equals? That's when she comes back to brothers. Let's talk about that real quick. Brother Jay the Black, and y'all do me a favor. Let me make Nagone the super. Y'all must have got paid, brother. Y'all, the super chat is coming in. Y'all must have. You know what, Jay? Y'all done went down to the dice game, and y'all done won some money because y'all coming up in here with it. Thank you for the support. You know, Seth, get my money, nigga. Give my money. Okay, I see y'all down there, brother.
They got a direct deposit.
Yeah, them niggas that missed church today because that dice game all last night. Baby, look, I ain't going to church, but I came back with about 1,500 though. Okay, baby. Well, you know, but let's talk about this real quick. A lot of the brothers that follow me and you, these brothers, like my brother Pedro, the IT man, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of these brothers are talented. You know, I know my brother Randolph, he's an engineer. You know, me. I'm in the medical school, but you know, I be Harlem shaking part time, and for the midgets at the club, you know what I'm saying, the female, they tip me pretty good. That's another story though. So when you coming up, you know, on the bus, catching it, you know, going to community college, you have that dry S curl, you know, you got that 3-door Toyota Camry, like I had the 83 one in like 2005. The thing is, it's an 83, but it's 3-door because the 4th door don't work. So you got to go to the other side. So you can only get out on your passenger side. You on the driver's seat, but you got to, you know, hop over the console. Trying to make it though. Okay, y'all been there. If y'all niggas know what I'm talking about, you know, you had a 4-door sedan, but only 3 doors worked. You know what I'm saying? You have to let somebody let you out or you have to open the door from the outside to get inside the car. Y'all been there. So when you in that position, a lot of women don't want to fuck with you, Jay.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about that.
Man, I remember I used to go to this community college, and I used to have to get on the bus, man. And I used to be looking east and west, man, because I be, you know, hollering at chicks, man. You be hollering at chicks, and then when you gotta leave, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for the bus to come pick you up. You look at east and west like, damn, yo, I just hope none of them chicks I talk to, they see me, man. So I've been there, man. I'm sitting there, they waiting on the bus to come pick me up. The city bus come pick me up, man. I've been in that situation, man. It is because chicks like dudes with cars, man. You can be a homeless motherfucker, but as long as you got a car, chicks gonna fuck with you, especially if it's a nice car. You know, chicks gonna fuck with you. And there's a lot of dudes who are homeless with nice cars. They live in, you know, place to place, but they got a nice car. They keep it clean. They wash it every day. You know.
And that's true. I'm gonna get to all the super chat, brother. Y'all come. I'm gonna read them out. But like me, I'm a certified second ugliest, probably first dude. Rest in peace. Craig Mack. Me and him was struggling, but he had more women than me. When you a normal dude, man, and you trying to really make it, you really want to be with a black woman, man.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't want to fuck with you like that, black men, you can't say we picky. You can't say we picky.
No, we not.
No, and we're not really that patriarchal either. We ain't really trying to hold our women back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some Arab dudes, man, and them women got it. I don't care how hot it is outside. They wearing like 13,000 degrees stuff. Ain't no sandals or booty shorts, none of that.
Yeah.
So we not really so stressful on our women. We're not really that patriarchal. We really don't really ask a lot from our women that other groups ask. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, and we're not really looking for, let's say, some beautiful women. Because if you look at, I hate to say this, before I got saved, because I'm a Christian now, Jay. I used to watch xvideos.com.
Used to?
yeah, because what's today?
Sunday.
Yeah, I got saved 5 minutes ago, so I stopped. It's in the past, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the way I know that you black men will take anything, because I see what kind of videos that y'all put up on xvideos.com. Like those of you who are dumb enough to record yourself and who you with, y'all not that picky. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna be nice. So they can't say, Jay, that brothers are really picky. Because brothers are pretty much fuck anything. Yeah. That's the truth. I mean, somebody gonna be like, not me, and then I'm gonna see your girlfriend on Facebook, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, nigga, like I said, brothers will fuck anything. So it's not like brothers are picky or brothers are so patriarchal. Well, then why do these women still have an issue with saying that black men don't want to marry him? And put this, and let's say this, Jay. We also are more married than these same women who say that we don't want to be married. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think that usually when they say that they can't get a black man, it's usually because it's not the one that they want, and they'll be in a relationship with a guy, probably engaged to him, but they will still say they can't get a man. It's not because they can't get the man that they want. They could be talking to 8-10 dudes at the same time, but they'll still talk about how that one guy that they do want, they can't get. So they'll exclude all the men that they're talking to because really they're just talking to them to be talking to them. They're filling that void. And I just think that it's a lot of excuses going on. Colorism, you like white women, all these excuses to hide the fact that a lot of them just don't know how to be in a relationship. They're making every excuse in the book. We come from the same neighborhood as you do, but we're still able to go out there and get married and be in long, healthy relationships while you still out here struggling. You on social media in your 40s in these Facebook groups posting all types of photos of yourself because you can't keep a man. That's the problem. You can't keep one. You can get one, but you can't keep one. I think that's what they're really saying when they say they can't get a man. They can't keep a man. They need to use that word keep instead of get.
Why can't they keep a man, brother?
Well, for the most part, guys are there just to sleep with them. They probably got a couple kids out of wedlock. I know guy trying to be in that situation for the long haul. He's trying to get it in while he can, and then bounce out. So, and she probably already running him into the ground. So he's like, "Fuck this shit, man. I'm gonna hit a couple times. I'm out." You know what I'm saying? That's because I've literally had a female tell me that she was literally taking care of a guy, and he just up and left and moved across the country without even telling her. And she's still trying to hold out hope this dude come back. That dude ain't come back. He over there on the West Coast, fucking white women, having the time of his life. He's not coming back to you, man. And you try to tell them this, and they still don't get it. They refuse to look in that mirror and point out their own flaws because it's always somebody else's fault. Yeah.
Let me do this real quick, guys. Brothers, do me a favor and let's go into the chat. Wow, somebody done dropped some money in here. Well, we gonna Jay the Black, man. Hey, listen, Jay. We might need to start a podcast and take over America, man. You and Black Ram, man. When I get on y'all shows, man, the money come in. Look, man, we gonna have to make a Jada Black and O'Shea channel. Look, I'ma just you take all the money, but let me produce the content, brother. Okay, let me do this real quick. Nomadic crier, any type of woman who wears another race's on top of her head, injects plastic into her breast and ass is suffering the most self-respect. These women will never respect a man. Okay, guys, I thank you all. Let me go ahead and read the other super chats. And we're gonna address some of these other situations.
Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay, hold on. We had another one, Dre?
No, I said it was coming in Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Okay. And then James O, for some reason, he was banned, but I got you back out, James O. So you can go ahead and try to comment there, brother. Let me comment some of the other brothers, man. I appreciate you, brothers, for supporting me and Jay today. Inconspicuous man, thank you so much. Antonio Keys, my brother with the Korean writing. Women will follow what they perceive as strength, period. Okay. Brian Stone, Nagon. Thank you, Nagon. Always supporting Nagon. Always. He'll be on the show tonight, too. Let's talk about this comment real quick, man. Women will follow what they perceive as strength, period. Let's talk about that because that's a good comment, and I don't disagree with it. Is the reason why a lot of these black women have a lot to say about black men because, a lot of these black men are weak or, we're having some particular issues as brothers with dealing with our own women. That's why that they have the self-hate that they have because black men cannot create, their own media sources. They cannot create situations for black women. Is that some kind of thing that we have? Hold on a second. Don't try to troll me, nigga, in this comment. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. Say it again because I was looking at the chat room too. Say it again.
Yeah. So basically, this comment was women will follow what they perceive as strength.
Okay.
So, you know how the old Ebony magazines, we had brothers that was creating things for the black communities. We had black media being created, stuff like that. Are we as a group not promoting our own women? Are we not promoting the things that we want to see so women can follow that? And is that somehow hold on a second, our fault? My boy Eric Stanley, man, if you don't email me back, dude, you know who Eric Stanley is, right? Jada Black?
No, not really.
Okay, Eric Stanley is that dude, man, that went viral on World Star Hip Hop, man. He's like I think he plays the trumpet or saxophone.
Okay.
No, the violin. What the hell I'm talking about? He's a violinist, man. I'm thinking about something else. My boy is a violinist, man. He's like over a million subscribers, something crazy, like 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And, yeah, man, you got to get him on your show too, man. That brother is talented. You know what I'm saying? Eric Stanley. I don't know why I said trumpet. He's violin. So yeah, he be doing his thing. Check him out on YouTube, man. My boy Eric Stanley. But yeah, I want to talk about this real quick, Jay. The fact that are we not promoting our own images for these women to want to follow so that they can perceive black men as being strong, so that way they will want to have more respect for us?
I'll say this though. Let's go back to the 90s. Like, if you look at the majority of the women that were on TV shows, in music, in promotional ads, a lot of them were of the darker skin, right? So fast forward now, and you see how dark-skinned women, like I said, if you can't beat them, join them. They're starting to look more and more like lighter skinned women. How can you promote people who don't even embrace their own skin tones? Who are constantly complaining. Like, growing up, especially in the 2000s, when the Williams sisters took off, all I heard was Serena thick. I would get with Serena. I heard a lot of that growing up. Okay, well, at least in the 2000s. So there were certain black women. There were others I can't name, but there were other black women who frequently I would hear in my circles and in others that these are black women that these brothers would date, they would marry, they would screw this and that and the third. I just think what happens is that social media has changed everything. So you see a variety. So I don't think that black men aren't promoting. I just think that you have black women who are more European now. They're not Afrocentric. It's very few and far between to see these sisters actually, embrace their natural hair, unless they're just doing it for a little while, or they're doing it because it's sort of like a last resort. They're tired of paying $200-300 a month for weave, So it's like if you don't embrace who you are, nobody is going to promote you. You have to embrace who you are. You know, now you can get on social media and complain, but are you really embracing your blackness and your skin tones? And I do think there are black men who do talk about how they like certain black women who are dark skin or brown skin or even light skin. I just think what happens is that you have a lot of women who are following the European standard of beauty, but they're complaining about white women being put on the pedestal, but you're trying to look like them. So you can't expect people to promote you if you just you as a black woman when you're trying to look white, you know?
Jay and brothers, I'm gonna get to the thank you for the comment. You brothers are crazy on these super chat comments, man. Y'all are funny for real. I'm gonna hire some of y'all for these comedian jobs. Y'all saying some hilarious shit. But let me talk about this, Jay. You know, you grew up in the South. I grew up on the West Coast.
Yeah.
My grandparents are from the South. I made a video talking about how my own grandmother, not my father, but my own grandmother was telling my brother and me that we shouldn't date dark-skinned women because we need our kids to have some color. This is something that I've experienced personally, and I just not came forward with it. And so a lot of times women will then blame black men for this colorism. Let's just say, for example, now my brother does have a light-skinned wife. He's always dated them because he brought a dark-skinned woman, a dark-skinned girl home. Grandma said, "Don't bring that nappy-headed chick over here no more ever again."
Yeah.
A lot of sisters like want to blame black men for their colorism mindsets if they so have them. But let's talk about the fact, man, that a lot of women don't want dark skinned grandkids. And, you know, they have taught their children, you know, like, hey, this, you know, this woman is too black for you, or you're too black. You need a lighter woman. You need some color in your family. Because I've been taught that myself, not from my mom, obviously, but I, you know, my grandmother, they have looked at it. My grandmother's sisters have said that. Have you ever heard of women teaching their sons to be colorismist people or what?
Yeah, I've heard women literally make, you know, make jokes about darker skin, or you be in the sun, don't be in the sun too long because you're gonna get dark. They'll talk about their hair being nappy. I've heard women say this, and I think from what I understand from conversations I've had, there are women who will literally talk about how they don't want darker skinned kids or darker skinned grandkids. This stuff goes on, people. Like this whole colorism thing, I think is taught from the women in the family, because I don't think the men are sitting there talking about how you need a light skinned or white woman. I think what it is that you have insecure women raising children, and they preach that self-hate to their kids. This is why you have these women walking around with these blonde wigs and blonde weaves. Because of that I would say because of how they were raised by their mothers. You know, their mothers walking around with hair that ain't theirs. You know, look how goofy some of these women look. They know they look goofy, but they're wearing it anyway because either they want to stand out or they just hate the hair that they have. And they're willing to look goofy because of that self-hate. And that self-hate is taught, I believe, from the women in the family, the mothers, the aunts, the female cousins, you know, because like in my family, my father's side of the family are lighter skinned people. My mother's side of the family, they're a little more darker, brown skin, dark skin, brown skin to dark. But I never in my life had any of them say anything about me being brown skinned or whatever, or make jokes about it. It just, I think, I don't know if it's just being down south and black people being more united down here, but I think colorism for the most part, if you don't have a women in your family who, like you say, your grandmother who may be more submissive than more millennial women of today, they're going to preach self-hate. If you have strong women in your family who don't care about color and they just love you because, you know, because you're your family, you're going to have that. But in some of these families, man, you have insecure women, man, and they teach that self-hate to their kids, man.
Let me talk to you about this as far as the self-hate. But let me do this real quick. Let me go ahead and shout out some of the brothers, man, on the super chat. I really appreciate you, brothers. Let's talk about how black chicks shitted on the gymnast Gabby Douglas Williams' hair and said she needed a weave. They made the young lady feel insecure.
Yeah, it was all sisters that was doing that.
Brother Benjamin Yeager, our Orange USA shout out for the super chat, brother Eric Sampson. If these men are weak, it's because black women do not have proper fathers to guide these men. That's absolutely right. Again, inconspicuous man. Thank you so much, man, for the super support. Jay, let's talk about, as far as the natural hair. I will hear a lot of times some sisters say that black men just don't like natural hair. They don't like it when we wear our hair like this. They prefer the weaves, and this is the reason why I wear it, because men don't like it. They don't like when we look like our natural selves. Have you heard that statement before?
Yeah, I've heard black women say this, and I will say this though: there are black men who do prefer black women to wear weaves. I saw a video clip of Method Man saying he don't like chicks with nappy hair. He liked them to have it, long and straight. But that's a minority. And what's happening is you have the majority of women trying to get with the minority of men who may like a woman with long flowing hair, instead of them getting with men who actually accept the natural. I've seen so many attractive women over the years with natural hair, low haircuts. You know how that Halle Berry haircut, the Neil Long back in the day, like that looks good on a woman, and that's natural. I think a lot of dudes would say that, but you have the majority of these women, unfortunately, man, they want to date men. They want to be around men who don't accept them for their hair texture. And they know these men don't, but then they'll say, okay, I'll go and buy, all this expensive Remy or Indian hair or whatever, just so I can impress the minority of men who have other women who are trying to get with them. So they're putting themselves in a position to have to compete. So that self-hate grows and it festers and it grows to where now they want to point fingers as to why they can't get that minority of men, because they're trying to compete with women who have real long hair that these certain guys who prefer that are going to want over your fake hair,
let me do that. Okay, there is a all right, let me say this. What you just said is let me write this down. I might actually do a video on that. There's this Nigerian chick that goes to my school. And shout out again to James Humbert for the 2 super chats, and Tai, where I currently live, black women don't move here to meet black men. And I noticed, like, she has a weave, right? And she's like the only black chick in the class. Like, I'm the only African American. And I would say out of the blacks that do go here, it's only like 2 African Americans, but the majority of them are like African immigrants, something like that. She's the only black chick. And she has a weave. And everybody in the room can tell, I think, that is not her hair.
Right.
And I just sit back and I look at like how she like touches it or plays with it sometimes. And the white women that are kind of in the room, you can kind of tell there's an unspoken energy like, that really ain't you. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because I noticed that a lot of African chicks, when they come to Europe, oh man, they have a hard time. How the hell she get a weave in Poland, man? They gonna find that shit anywhere. They be shipping that stuff. What they do is they get it from like Britain or London or Paris, and they ship that shit over here to Poland. When you see these women, when they have to do something like come to, let's say, where a lot of women that have natural hair are at, they're naturally long hair and they have a weave, they feel real uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And they get mad desperate. So I mean, you just, I mean, bro, that's a real point, man. When these women get around these women with this weave, when they get around women that have that real hair, oh man. And that's the reason why I think a lot of women, don't want brothers going to different places like, let's say, Brazil and stuff like that. But let's talk about this real quick, man. Let's talk about the shaming tactics that these women use. And shout out to Keith Lamont It's simply an unattractive woman's argument. And I'm going to get to that too. Let's talk about the shaming tactics, Jay. And then another question I want to talk about is a commenter mentioned that unattractive dark-skinned women never complain about colorism. but let's deal with the first one first. Let's talk about the shaming tactics and being innumerate with the statistics, because these women are always talking about black men don't want to get married and all this and shaming us. Let's talk about that if real quick.
Yeah, man, that's their only card they can play is to shame you. Look at what's going on Michael B. Jordan. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, you cannot shame a man into dating you. I'm sorry. These men can only date one woman at a time. Unfortunately, you need to move on. And I think they are they live on social media. They're on Facebook, constantly going live in people's comment sections, looking at people's photos. They're on Instagram in these comment sections, arguing all day long because they have no life. Their life is to complain about other people not wanting them. They could have a full-grown man in their bed. They'll still be on Facebook and Instagram arguing about who this person is dating. And you do have these insecure women, man. They need to put the phone down. Okay, put the phone down. Stop arguing with people because they don't want to date you. Stop calling them names. Stop talking about they mama black. They know they mama black. Okay, they aunt black too. They grandmama black. They have black sisters and cousins and all that. They probably have black female friends. We know this. Stop trying to use that as a way to get them to date you. It's a wrap. It's over. Move on. These guys, you cannot shame these guys into dating you. And that's what they don't understand. And that is why they're so bitter. And that's why they're attacking men who have resources to date pretty much any race of woman they want, because they cannot compete naturally. At least in their mind they can't, because I think it's all mental. Mentally they can't compete. So they get on social media and they call people names. They try to shame you, but it ain't working.
Let me read you some shaming comments from one of the ladies that commented on your video. She made a video, not to yours, but a different video about Michael B. Jordan. Shout out to my brother, Maurice. Could it be that weave wearing chicks, BWs, well, you know what that means, are a little lazy? Not at all. My older sister never wore a weave and she has long hair, but says it's tedious. That's a good point. That's a good point. Let me do this real quick. I want to read a couple comments and let you see how you feel about it. They are thoughts talking about black men. I think that's why I'm not pressed over Michael's Mexican girls. Notice we see them once and never again. Rather him pump and dump a non-black woman than disrespect a black girl. Okay, and then let me talk about also this. Finally, black women are waking up after finding out how disingenuous African-American black men are. African-American black men live their lives to win whatever the argument is, to bone whatever woman is his fantasy. But black men really don't care about God nor black women. Black men are only concerned about feeding their sexual degeneracy. Let's deal with this last. So I'll read it again. Finally, black women are waking up after finding out how disingenuous African-American black men are. African-American black men leave their lives to win whatever the argument is, to bone whatever woman is his fantasy. What do you feel about that part?
I think that just shows you where they're at. That's the depths that some of these chicks are just sinking to. These black men of thoughts, that's because you dealt with black male thoughts. You dealt with a man who used you and then moved on. That's why you're so hurt. That's why you're in the comment section saying what you're saying, because you dealt with black male thoughts. To put that much emotion in something lets me know that you have been done wrong by a guy. And now you putting all black men into a category because you've been hurt, because you've been used. And that's what the theme, I think, is with that particular commenter. She's hurt. She got done wrong by a guy, by Pookie and Ray Ray. I just want to say that. Yeah, but and now she wants to put all black men in a black male thought category. But look at all these black female thoughts, and I'll just leave it at that. We all know what that goes on. Maybe father her kids ain't pay child support this month.
Okay, let me do this, guys. We got over 400 people watching. Shout out to my brother France Pierre. LOL, nothing to say. Just wanted the top super chat spot. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Do me a favor, man. We got my brother Jaye the Black. Okay, now listen. I need all of you brothers, man, to go into the description and subscribe to my brother. Okay, he came over today. It's hard to get him. All right, now y'all don't know that I got to give him an arm and a leg to get him over here. Okay, it's hard to get Jay the Black on a collaboration, but I'm the only one that can always do it. Okay, so I need you to show the brother some love, man. You know, this is the YouTube is a small business. You know, even though we are, you know, we do collaborate, but you know, we want to bring my brother some of these subscribers from the channel. I've got some new subscribers as of late. All right, so I need you brothers to like the video, and then also, well, first of all, subscribe to Jay the Black. Where can you subscribe to him at? Hold on one second. Don't worry about nothing. I'm gonna put the channel in the link because he only has 1,712 subscribers on the new channel, but there's no reason why he shouldn't be at 2,000 after this show because we already have like a lot of people watching the show right now. All right, because the show is popping. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we got 400 and something goddamn people in this motherfucker. So I need y'all to go to the link that I'm supporting. I'm spamming it right now. All of y'all go in there and subscribe to my brother Jay the Black, or go into the description. Okay, subscribe to the new live channel. Hit the bell. All right, and I need you to go over and support. He's a black male. You know, in this black male media thing. He's doing a great job. He's doing the Lord's work. He's been really keeping it real for the brothers, man. So y'all got to keep it coming, man. You know, these are our brothers. These are the ones who are out there fighting for us, okay, getting channels knocked down and taken down on our behalf. So support the brother, right? This is good black male content. Nobody does it quite like Jay the Black. What up, Harry M? Even me, I don't do it like him. And you know, I'm the George Gervin of this shit. I score 35, but I give up 50 because I don't play no defense. Okay,
leading point guard, but point guard most assists, man. You know you getting those assists.
Yeah, but I don't ask me to play no defense. I don't play no defense. But when it comes to the sky hooks and the finger rolls and all them bank shots, that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, so brother, subscribe to my brother Jay the Black. Let me read to this real quick, Jay. I want to just kind of get back, and I'm gonna shout out to the super chatters. I'm gonna come back to that. Black men are only concerned about feeding their sexual degeneracy. Let's talk about this a little bit because I want to be a little honest. Because I was talking to my brother the other day, Andrew 26101 last night. Matter of fact, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I was talking to him, and you know, me and him talk on the phone. That's my boy. Okay. And I was like, man, you know, it is kind of true that a lot of times, you know what I mean. I have heard stories of brothers when they go to other places. They go to Brazil, they go to Dominican Republic. They'll go over there, thought it up. They'll complain about, you know, black women are not marriage material, but they'll go over to, you know, let's say Dominican Republic or Brazil. There is a few babies out there that niggas left out there, and then, you know, that does happen. So I will be kind of honest that, you know, black men, you know, there is a segment of black men who do shit like that. I mean, would you agree or disagree? Or
I think that when it comes to us as black men, man, we do things. I think we just live our lives, man. I'm not saying we perfect, but I think we just living our life. It's 2018, man. We tired of the bullshit. We've been putting up with bullshit for how many years, man?
Too many years.
So we just out here trying to have fun. I'm trying to do my best Michael B. Jordan in person. I'm just trying to go out here and be around as many women as possible. They might be black, they might be white, might be Latina. I'm just trying to live the best life I can. I'm not out here trying to dictate nobody's life. I will speak my opinions with facts, but I'm not going to sit up here and just try to micromanage other people's lives, man. We got way too much going on in the world. We as black men done dealt with way too much to be so petty and to worry about who's dating who, because we can always point out who these sisters are dating and what they're putting up with, them apologizing and them siding with racist white men. We could talk about that all day, but you know, I think us as black men, we out here just we just doing us. And I think that's why people dislike us so much, because we out here actually trying to enjoy life instead of just be angry all the time.
Let me say this, because as I'll since he won't do it, I'm gonna call you some of you niggas out. I have been out there tricking. I mean, I've seen y'all in different countries, you know. So I know there's some of y'all that do this. But what I will also say this, because I want to be transparent. There are black men who are trying to. I've never met a black man who goes to a place he might mess around, but he will try to establish a real relationship with at least one or two women. Like, for example, Nagon, he's been to Brazil many times, but he's always talked about, man, I've been engaged twice over there, right? So,
damn, Nagon.
yeah. So I want to just say, yeah, no, black men, we do our dirt. But if we find something that's gonna be worthwhile, we ain't gonna really pass it up. Like, let's just be honest. But these women will want to come out and say, like, oh, you black men are feeding your sexual degeneracy. Well, and it's so crazy. We fucking them most of the time. These African American women, like, go look at X videos. Who is it black men are fucking most times?
Black women.
Black women.
Yep.
Well, how are they talking about sexual degeneracy when y'all doing the degenerate shit with our ass?
Yep.
What you think about that, brother Jay?
Right there. We on pretty much every porn site, dicking down black women for the most part. So I don't get the whole outrage. That's who we with. And it's dark-skinned black women too.
Yeah.
Dark-skinned black women getting dicked down by black men.
And they be ugly for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, they do be ugly.
And fat.
Yeah, they be beat in the face, man, but we still fuck with them, man.
Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna read the other super chats. Thank you, brother, so much. Jay, I want to talk about this, right? Because a lot of times I've heard other YouTubers, they will say, okay, when you black men date, shout out to brother Ryan Roten. I'm gonna read the rest of y'all in a minute. When you brothers date non-black women, the non-black women that you date are highly unattractive. This is something that I have seen a little bit myself, so I can't lie. But what I've noticed is if it's a black man that he is a value and he is with good-looking black women, the argument isn't, oh, you don't date good-looking. We can't say nothing about the women being ugly, but we can say, why don't we see you also with black women? Do you understand? Like,
yeah.
Can we talk about there's always an excuse no matter what level the black man is on as to why he's dating what he's doing?
Yeah, man, I've seen that. They always talk about how if we're dating white women or non-black women are always ugly and unattractive. I can tell you recently, I was at a restaurant. I saw this brother. He was in there walking to like the bar. And he had this slim, kind of thick white woman right behind him. And I was like, yeah, that's his girl. And she ain't ugly. So, and that was just a random day. And I can tell you recently, the last couple of years, man, a lot of the brothers I see with white chicks, they actually look good and they are thick as grits, And these guys are choosing and they're choosing right. I have seen, brothers with, fat white women, but I don't see that a lot. Like personally, because I can only go off what I've seen personally. I don't see that. The black men ain't trying to be seen with no fat white woman. Let's be real, So I've seen black men actually really putting an emphasis on dating white women or non-black women that actually look good or have a nice body. You can go on Instagram right now and look at all these brothers with these thick white girls, or look at who these thick white girls are dating. They're dating black dudes, and these black dudes could be your educated lames, they could be your thugs, your square guys. You know what I'm saying? Different spectrums. These guys know how to pick them. I've even had a black female tell me that.
Okay. I want to talk about this Instagram. How much time you got for me? You got about 20 minutes left for me, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. So, guys, do me a favor. We got 453 people watching right now. In here, my man Jay the Black. Okay. Get the likes up. I got another show tonight, man. I'm doing a double header tonight on my second channel. I got to do a Patreon video on my second channel. We're talking about staying on code. Does the black community need a code? So you don't want to miss that because that's going to be a classic. All right, it's going to be a classic. Let me shout out to some of the brothers. Jimmy Minnie, my brother out of the UK. Shout out to Blatant. I'm wearing his Blatant wear beanie. He sent me this. He's out of London. So y'all check out that. Make sure you send me the information, Blatant. So I'm wearing his stuff. Shout out to Blatant Clothing. Jimmy Mindy, God knows Ebony is my favorite category. It's my brother out of the UK. Gillaville is deeper than rap, coming from a place of hurt. Maybe in the beginning, some black women just don't start getting hurt by black men. It's man. Ryan Roten, $10. Rashawn Williams been sub to JDB. James Schubert. My brother Jimmy Mindy again. One girl on YouTube said MBG owe them because they're supporting him during his career. So she's expecting return on investment. Shaking my head. All right, I got to address that one real quick. But let me just see how many of my brothers have supported Jay the Black on the new channel. All right, we got 1,724, so only 12 more subscribers. Come on, black men, y'all can do better than that, right? Go hit the link and subscribe to Jada Black's live channel. Okay, I need to see you brothers doing that. So as the moderators are doing that, I need you to go in the description, go into the description, brothers, and subscribe to Jada Black's live stream channel. Hit the bell. Let me talk about these Instagram thoughts, Jay. I think we should do a whole stream on that because you're just an expert on weighing in on this. When you look at black men and you see them on Instagram, like a lot of these guys that are in the league, you will see them like Snoop Dogg just got caught up. You know, James Harden is being caught up. That's been some of your classic work. You know, black women will say like, you know, okay, why are these guys that are like, you know, these celebrities, you always find them with these like non-black or like, you know, Instagram thoughts, you know, like the things that black women typically do, like twerking and stuff like that. You see these non-black women doing it, and these black men are being receptive to them. And these women wouldn't even get put on in their own communities. Like these same white women would be nothing in their communities, but they come to the black Instagram and they're getting, you know, flew out and stuff like that on dates. What do you have to say about those, you know, those comments?
I think it has some merit if you look at this chick that was with Snoop Dogg. I mean, dude, you could have done a lot better than that, I'm pretty sure. But these guys have no people skills. They don't know how to talk to people. So they go and they fly out people's sloppy seconds, thirds, and fourths. And you do have a culture of these guys flying out these non-black chicks. But what I notice is that, you know, it's always a lot of these non-black chicks who are putting them on blast, you know. And I noticed that as well. And I tell them, man, you got to be careful, man. Just because she, you know, light-skinned and mixed don't mean that she still won't put you on blast, no. And I think they just need to be aware. But maybe the black chicks that they dealt with on social media, maybe they weren't really receptive to them, so they try to go the non-black route. But I just feel like they get caught up because they get thirsty. You know, a lot of these guys, they might be on the road. They get into a new town. They go on Instagram and see who lives where. And they DMing these chicks. Some of these chicks get with them. Some of these chicks don't. Like, look at Tristan Thompson. I mean, none of the chicks he was cheating with put him on blast. He got caught with a cell phone video in a club. So, you know, I think it just depends on who you choosing. You know what I'm saying? You gonna choose a chick who's thirsty to make a career for herself, or you just gonna choose a low-key thought, you know?
Yeah, those thoughts are something else. I mean, I do love the thoughts, but that's another story. Shout out to Dr. Redwood over at St. Negro's Hospital. Y'all give him a hand. He's doing a great job in the diagnostics department over at St. Negro's, diagnosing niggas every day. We just came up with a new, we going to win a PhD. I don't know if you heard about this. We just came up with how to diagnose super thotty syndrome, Jay. Did you hear about that video we did?
The super thought, we say the super thought syndrome.
Yeah, how to diagnose super thotty syndrome.
No, I ain't seen that yet, man.
Seen that one? That's a classic. Yeah, you got to check that out. Yeah, we come up with that at St. Negro's Hospital. So we have figured out how to diagnose super thotty syndrome.
So y'all done diagnosed it. Y'all done figure out the symptoms and all that.
Yeah, we got all of that. Because a syndrome is a collection of symptoms that kind of work together to make one big kind of disease. So we've already done that. Yeah, we got a Nobel Prize in medicine and physiology. Yeah, so here, and then also they're gonna give us the niggonomics double PhD, because I've already got 2 PhDs in niggonomics, but I did another thesis on that. So shout out to Dwayne 2827. You got to get right, brother James O. You got to give the interview all the time. Remember, when you're trying to diagnose in that, give the interview, because the MRIs is always gonna come up perfect. Give the interview. Super thotty syndrome.
You gotta look in extra places.
Yeah. So let me do this, and we just gonna get in. Last question. Okay, let's talk about this. Right. I've seen this with certain superstars, and again, you do a really good job on the celebrity videos, more so than anybody on Black YouTube. You pull those videos, and then you break those videos down from a Black man Negro perspective. You've done it with Tyrese. You've done it with Michael B. Jordan. You've done it with so many dudes. And a lot of times when, let's say, a Black man does something that is, that gets Black female support. Like, what's this one singer? I don't know if it was Music Soul Child, maybe. It was a guy that was taking pictures on Instagram, but he was somebody that a lot of Black women was on. No, not Music. Who's the guy I'm talking about? He's never been seen with Black women on his pictures, but he's a popular singer. This was a year ago. And was it Music Soul Child or was it somebody else? It's one of them.
Singer, rapper, or
Singer.
singer.
He kind of looks like I don't want to say it was Eric Benet or something like that. I don't know who it was, but no, it wasn't Tyrese. It was one of them light skinned dudes that Maxwell. That's it, Maxwell.
Okay.
Maxwell. Okay. So when black women start supporting these dudes, and they end up like Michael B. Jordan, they will always act like, okay, you black men owe us something because we came out and supported you. Let's talk about that sense of entitlement, man, because you never hear like if a white man decides he wants to date a black woman or something like that, white people never come out and say, well, what are you doing with that black woman? You owe us. That never happens. Why does it only happen to black men?
Because they want to control who we date. You know, they want to feel like they have control over our lives. You know, it's like when somebody give you money, they expect for you to always push their narratives. That's just like with these sisters. They think because they buy tickets to your shows or tickets about your movies, or they may retweet things that you say or repost your posts, they think they have some ownership over you. And I think it's about control. That's why their relationships fall apart, because they want to control every aspect of it. And they need to understand you cannot control these guys who you've never met. So what they do is they'll say, oh, well, I'm not going to financially support you. You know, like that bullshit boycott that these sisters was going to do with Michael B. Jordan earlier this year. And then they tried to say, well, you're lying. We weren't going to boycott him. But what do you call this shit going on now? It's a full-on boycott. So it was real. And they want to control these guys. They know they can't, but they'll get on social media in these groups. They get in these shade room comments and they will blast these guys because that's the only power they have, is to blast people and to troll them. And that's basically what they're doing. They think because they buy tickets to their shows and they repost their posts that they have ownership over these guys, and you don't. You cannot tell them who to date, you know, and these guys don't even know if they have a lot of black female support. They may think they have, you know, some black female support, some white female support, black male support, white male support. They're not sitting up there looking at their statistics and saying, okay, well, I have 60% black females. They don't look at that shit, you know. They just go off of who's commenting on their posts, you know, who's actually making videos about them, you know, who's tweeting about them, but they're not looking at breaking down statistics about who's watching their content or buying their content. They're not doing that. And I think they need to understand that, you know, you're not going to keep these guys from dating and doing what they want to do.
You know, those are strong points. Let me just, you know, last question, because I know you gotta go, but let me ask you this. Like, Black Panther, I know it made a lot of money with African Americans, but if I'm not mistaken, Black Panther was a success because white people pretty much went to see Black Panther, right?
A lot of white people did. They did one, I think they did one poll in Georgia, and it was almost 50-50 with black people and white people, you know. But white people were buying a little bit more tickets than black people. But I think if you go to other states, it was probably a larger margin of white people. See, a movie can't do $1 billion unless white people are going to watch it in big numbers. And a lot of white people, non-black people, they still went and viewed that movie and supported it, even though you have black people trying to make it into a black movie. You know what I'm saying? They still went and supported it. Their money counted. You know, they probably went and saw it 2-3 times. I saw white people were saying they were going to watch the movie 2-3 times, you know? So they were contributing to it just as much as black people were,
if not more.
Yeah, because they have disposable income. You know, they can do it.
No, you right about that, man. So, and that's the thing. So, Jay, you know, I ain't gonna keep you too long, man. Guys, do me a favor and subscribe to Jay. You know, Jay is a very busy person, man. He got like 35 million channels. Let me see if the subscribers have went up on the channel. Okay, 1739. Listen, hold on 1 second. Stop the show. I need everybody in the chat. Do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor, brothers. As you guys are here in the chat, go to my link. I need 100 brothers to go subscribe to Jay the Black's channel right now. In the link. Okay? Hit the bell, subscribe to the channel. Need you brothers to do that, all right? I want you brothers to do that because...
And comment on the video so you let me know you're there.
Yeah. So we got 1740. Okay, so I expect more. All right. And Jay, man, like I said, brother, we had almost 500 people watching. This is my main channel, so I haven't been really doing so much shows, but I do appreciate you coming on, man. Every time when you come on, it's a classic. Just let everybody know, man, what you got planned for the next, for the rest of the year, what we can expect from you, brother, and all that good stuff.
Well, I hope to get on camera more, hopefully soon. Maybe expand and do some other topics as well. That's maybe get into different genres. I know people ask me about gaming. I still may do that. I just can't find the time for it. I just can't find the time for it. But I'm gonna try to mix mash and do some different things. But I definitely want to get on camera soon because I people have been like, Jay, you should be showing your face. Okay.
Oh man, but you're doing a great job with the camera thing. I know niggas be trying to troll and everything like that. But let me ask you this, man. Like, people don't believe that YouTube is a real job somehow.
Yeah, it is a real job. Try getting on YouTube and putting up videos and trying to get people to watch them. So it's definitely tough. You better come focused. Like, a lot of people want to do it. I tell people, do it. Don't just sit there and think about it all day long. Just do it, and you'll see how tough it is. It's a lot more stricter than it was before when I started, and it was tough then. But you got all these rules in place and things of that nature, man. And it's tough because you have to make sure that you're putting up content that can't be taken down. That you have to monitor comments sometimes because people go overboard. You have to get prepared to do live shows, and you want to make sure you're putting together something people want to watch. So it is tough, man.
And you got to be good.
Yeah, you do. You got to have personality, because if you ain't got no personality, man, you be sitting up there with 700,000-800,000 subscribers and people laughing at you.
Yeah, you got to be good. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your demographic. Yeah. You got to know who you talking to, why you talking about it. And you got to be able to make collaborations. You got to be able to make networks, man. So YouTube is not easy, man. We just make it look easy, though.
Took almost 3.5 years. It took a while,
right?
But you got to get used to the routine. Yeah, you get used to the routine.
Yeah. So Jay, I would love to have you come back and talk about Instagram thoughts, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, I call them thizots, but yeah.
So again, man, anything else you wanna weigh in on, brother?
No, I think we covered a lot of shit, bro. And I just want to say, don't ever take a woman serious dating her if she's making excuses all the time. I would tell y'all that about why she's single. If she can't give you one solitary good reason, then you already know, just back away. Because that's trouble. So that's all I would say. Colorism is not a good excuse.
All right. So, brothers, again, I want to thank Jay for coming by. Again, guys, check out. I just dropped a video earlier today. I don't know if you've seen my video. You loaned DeAndre money, but he won't pay you back.
That's the name of it?
That's the name of the title.
Oh, shit.
That's the name of the title.
DeAndre money.
Yeah, I've been hitting them, Jay. Let me just give you some of the, I've been hitting them with some of these. I told you, man, I'm like George Gervin. I score 50, but I'm gonna give up 70. So I've been hitting them with
your video titles be hilarious, man. You did one the other day, man. I can't think of the name. That shit was hilarious. Them titles be hilarious, bro.
I did how my mama helped me break up with my girlfriend.
See. What was the one I saw the other day? That shit was funny as shit. Let's see.
Why your woman won't claim you on Facebook as her man? The Pookie ain't gonna make it syndrome test.
Yeah, the Pookie ain't gonna make it syndrome test. Let's see. I broke up with her and I'm still hit. You
see that one?
Yeah, a little bit of that, man. Man, bro, you talk about somebody that make you laugh while you listening to serious content. Like, I want to hear why you still hitting it and y'all broke up, man. And he be make you laugh in the video, man. That's just crazy, man. But OC got a talent for that, man. He has a way of making you laugh and make you think in some of these videos, man.
Yeah, man. So I gotta be. That's why I love it being over here in the black side of YouTube, because I can really be a nigga. That's what I like about it. I first started on YouTube, I was like kind of clean cut and really didn't cuss. But when I got my nigga juice on. I love being, and that's why I love this part of YouTube, because I could just be a nigga like I want to. I can really be a hood Negro for 15 minutes. I gotta go back to being professional. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm saying, hey, that's why I like talking to people, especially a lot of black people, man. They get your sense of humor. You know, you say things, white people, they be like, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. they have to pause for a second to make sure it ain't offensive to laugh.
Oh man, Joe, Jada, like you didn't inspire me to make this. Her weave is uncomfortable around non-black women. I got to do that one.
You gonna make that one?
I got to do that one.
Oh man, I know that's just gonna be hilarious, bro.
I gotta make that one up. I'm gonna drop that probably tomorrow. But guys, again, we got a good show tomorrow, man. Jay the Black, one of the greatest of all time. Okay, Black Ram and Jay, they probably one of your top 1 or 2 is debatable. Who's the best in Black YouTube? I'm at least at number 13th.
Man. Black Ram do his thing, man. I think he been doing it longer than me, so I say he definitely doing his thing.
By and let me know we can do it again and do that Instagram thotty video, brother. We gonna get on. We gonna get it on.
All right, man. If I can find time for it, I'll do it, man.
Well, listen. I'll put some money under the table, nigga. You know how I get down. All right. So thank you for coming by, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to the chat, man.
Shout out to the chat, niggas. Peace.
All right.